Are the two most important and successful world companies connected in ways that have yet to be publicly announced? It's time to discuss the Tesla and Apple situation, or should we call it a partnership? Have you ever noticed that Tesla and Apple have very similar company cultures and DNA? What is the reason behind the continuous success and achievements behind Tesla and Elon Musk's visions? Stay tuned and let's find out. Tesla has been working on its vehicles for a long time and is now planning to release full self-driving vehicles that will no longer need drivers. Tesla keeps on introducing the latest features and designs that keeps its vehicles outstanding, and with advanced features and technology that make them worth buying. Investors have been so focused on the M&A fantasy that they have forgotten about the possibility that Apple and Tesla could be business partners. One Apple expert suspects that that's already happened. The rumor mills are on overdrive as two of the hottest companies, two top brands, and the global ambassador of American capitalism and exceptionalism seem to be snuggling but are currently mute about the whole situation. On December 21st, Reuters reported that Apple is targeting the production of their self-driving cars by 2024. This is the culmination of the consumer electronic giant's efforts since 2014 to break into the automotive market with Project Titan. The Reuters article named Tesla several times, but did not speculate on any interactions between the two companies. Instead, it named Magna International as a possible manufacturing partner. The article only referenced Tesla to point out the challenges for Apple to quickly assemble a global automotive supply chain. On December 22nd, the news focused more on the perceived principles of Tesla's stocks and its decline following Apple's rumored entry into Tesla's wheelhouse. Apple is perhaps one of the most successful American companies of the late 20th century, continuing an improbable rise to become the first trillion-dollar company by market value. Founded in 1976 by technology idols Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak in Jobs' parents' home, the company's focus on high-quality, intuitive consumer electronics, software, and gadgets has made it a global brand with sometimes fanatical customers. The total of Apple's growth during the first 2 years came as a result of the production of the iPhone, and before that, other consumer portable devices like the iPods. However, the iPhone's growth inevitably began to slow, and the big question now remains, what will power Apple's future growth? In 2015, Apple formed a secret project codenamed Titan to develop an electric vehicle, or EV. Apple invested considerable resources into the project, including 300,000 square feet of an office building, a 4,239 square foot repair garage, and several top auto-related recruits, including engineers from Tesla. In 2016, the Wall Street Journal reported that Apple lured Bob Mansfield, a revered former Apple executive, back out of retirement to run Project Titan. Soon after, Apple hired Dan Dodge, the former head of BlackBerry Limited's automotive software division, signaling a shift towards software for automotive vehicles. Later on, Apple partnered with Magna International and embedded some of its employees with Team Titan, all while Apple laid off dozens of its employees during the reboot. By 2018, Apple was reported to have over 5,000 employees out of its 135,000 full-time employees working on the Titan project. In August of 2018, Doug Field, who had initially left Apple in 2013 to become Senior Vice President of Engineering at Tesla, returned to the company to run Project Titan alongside Mansfield. Elon Musk contributed $6.5 million in Series A funding, which raised a total of $7.5 million in early 2004. Musk became the chairman of the board and appointed Eberhard as the CEO. Musk led a series of investment rounds in 2006, and this drew the interest of the likes of Google's co-founders Sergey Brin and Larry Page, as well as former eBay president Jeff Skoll and VC firms like Draper Fisher Jurvetson. In July 2006, Tesla unveiled prototypes of their first car, a premium first car called the Roadster, aimed at early adopters. Production of the Tesla Roadster began in 2008 and continued until 2012. The Roadster kicked off the master plan and began the inexorable drive to produce lower cost and more widely distributed battery-powered electric cars. To establish the infrastructure for mass-produced electric vehicles, Tesla purchased an old automotive manufacturing plant formerly run by a General Motors and Toyota joint venture. This became Tesla's Fremont factory, purchased in May 2010 for $42 million, in part with a $465 million loan from the Department of Energy. A month after purchasing the Fremont plant, Tesla raised $244 million in its IPO on the Nasdaq. Tesla launched the Model S sedan in 2012 and the Model X SUV in 2015. These models fulfilled the second point of the master plan, though several trims of the Model S and Model X were more expensive than the Roadster. In 2015, Musk partially addressed the fourth point of the master plan with the launch of the Tesla Powerwall and Powerback battery pack, and within a week received $800 million in orders. Tesla's success over the years on several vehicle programs contrasts sharply with Apple's apparent dithering on the Project Titan. Although Tesla's track record is not without some hiccups, as seen with the delays on the Model X launch, which has been postponed for years over technical difficulties from Musk's insistence on the Falcon Wing doors. However, in comparison, Tesla's misses are minor in comparison to their success and other companies' failures. Dan Ives of Wedbush speculated on Bloomberg about the possibility of Apple partnering with Tesla as an efficient on-ramp into the autonomous EV market. He explains his reasons by saying that the partnership with Apple and Tesla would be the first step in how Apple dives into the deep end of the pool of EVs. He further explained that if Apple were to immediately pursue manufacturing and full vertical integration of an autonomous EV, they would suffer a major gross margin hit. Ives believes that a similar partnership or joint venture would be a smarter approach for the short term. Apple would bring their autonomous system, ecosystem, and golden brand with a billion installed base of users to the partnership, as the ultimate goal is vertical integration of a product in the autonomous, self-sufficient EV market. Why is Apple pursuing this? One of the possibilities is the market opportunities for EVs is huge, per Ives' comment about the $1 trillion EV market in 2030. Multiple market forecasts also seem to support this, despite the tremendous variability. Global smartphone revenues exceeded $400 billion in 2019, and since Apple is looking to move the needle in new markets, it's hard to believe that they're interested in a market projected at only a couple of $100 billion in 2030. Apple is probably only interested in trillion-dollar market opportunities. The next question now would be, what exactly does Apple bring to the table? Ives mentioned several strengths attributed to Apple, and some of these include autonomous system, ecosystem, golden brand, a billion installed base of users. At the beginning of 2020, Apple passed 1.5 billion active devices, and these are predominantly iPhone users. However, the question here is of how many of the 1.5 billion Apple devotees will be using a new autonomous EV. Neither Apple nor a potential partner should aim to limit users of a new EV to iPhone users alone. Apple has, however, pursued this constraint in the previous devices, such as the Apple Watch. However, this was because the previous iteration of the watch depended heavily on the iPhone for functionality. Although the iPhone computing power increases each year, it is not likely that an iPhone will ever have the raw horsepower to run an autonomous vehicle. Apple's golden brand is another formidable asset. Interbrand's 2020 report suggests that the Apple brand is worth $332 billion, a 38% increase from last year. Apple's brand was ranked number one globally, with more than 50% higher than that of Amazon. Brand value is an intangible asset that brings real strength to the table. Some of the benefits include the ability to command higher margins, customer loyalty, and expansion opportunities. Although Apple's brand value may indeed bring something of value to a partner needing a stronger brand to help with sales of its production, we can all agree that Tesla, however, does not need Apple's brand to sell products, as the company is already struggling to make enough cars to meet demand as is. However, it is really difficult to envision that Tesla in particular would find anything Apple has to offer in this field of value, especially if LiDAR is a part of Apple's system. Tesla already has a fleet of 1 million vehicles on the road, accumulating billions of miles of data on real roads, in real weather, driven by real people. The training of Tesla's system, by definition, is light years ahead of any potential competitor or partner, none of whom have a similar amount of real-world data training on their systems. Tesla's brand strength is nowhere near Apple's, as semi-quantitatively measured by companies like Interbrand. However, these measures are not relevant when the company is concerned. Tesla's brand strength is more than sufficient for it to move every vehicle it makes charging what it does, and far above its competitors. Generally, Tesla does not need anything Apple is perceived to bring to the table, or more specifically, what was mentioned as Apple's strength in a potential partnership. What Tesla needs is enough resources, cash, to accelerate the building of its gigafactories. But Tesla grows exponentially, and the cash flow fire hose will ensure that Tesla can increasingly self-fund its expansion. Local and national governments are seen falling over themselves to give tax credits and buckets of cash and credit to Tesla to locate future gigafactories in their jurisdictions. So even funding is no longer a real need for the EV company. In conclusion, Apple would indeed try to partner with an established automaker to bring their Project Titan to fruition. There are a lot of speculations about who this partner would be though. But there is also a great possibility that Tesla would not be Apple's partner to launch Project Titan. There's nothing in it for Tesla at the moment. What do you think? Would Apple partner with Tesla to make Project Titan a reality? Or is it all just a rumor? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new updates.